Hello everybody. Today I made a message tomorrow to post it about what's going on, what's coming up about the twin flames as far as the revelation, and specifically that what's going on astrology wise for us. I was so busy I couldn't have a chance to write it down. And there was a lot of questions about the communications. There was a lot of questions of what's going on. It's going to be what D, 5D, 3D, how it's going to be. So I'm making this video to clear the things out. First of all, you all felt it like 2 or 3 weeks ago that you were told you have to let it go of your twin. Thus message for the let it go of your twin is you to allow God to control the connection, not you. You were in the completely surrendered state because that's the way it was. A lot of the people contact me was like, Dio, that was right on the spot. I know I had to surrender my twin to God. I knew I had to do it. I feel much better when I done. Thank you. There was another cases that like, Dio, I need some help how to let it go. It's hard to let it go. We really need to let them go. Yes, you really have to let them go. Why is the reason that it's coming up? As you already know on the astrology reports, Mars still, even right now, it's in retrograde, but start acting as awakening up, going towards direct motion. And we're talking about today it's 28th and 30th he's gonna turn direct, but he's already start to move to kind of like a slowly slow down at the 23 degrees of Scorpio. Now, what that affect within the twin flames, and what was that all about this message? What happened is that twin flames who are not cooperating, who are not been willing to do the work, they sign up for it. They will be basically dragged with Mars. They're gonna be told that hey, you have a job to do, and if you're not up to the task, fine, great. You're gonna be pointed out to a different direction. What I mean by that different direction is that they're gonna be told for sure, like you need to work. If you don't work, we're gonna put you on a specific state that you're gonna learn that you have to obey this. And that's what Mars will actually do while it's moving from 23rd degree of Scorpio and start going in towards Sagittarius. And when Mars and Saturn meet, you will feel this so much because right there on that spot, Saturn and Mars together, they can affect in a lot of good way by destroying a lot of stuff and point you a direction. Is like, hey, you did this wrong. You should have gone there. This is when the secrets were gonna be revealed. When Mars and Saturn conjunct over Sagittarius. Now, the message that is going to be, it's going to be sent out to the twin flames, both awaken and not awaken. What I'm talking about, the message is going to be, hey, listen, you have to calm down and you need to talk. You have to establish connection. You two have to figure it out the way this to work this out. Simply because the twin flames, let me remind you, the twin flames are not came in just to be together, be in the bed, go out, have the beautiful love, and yada 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 yada. Okay, twin flames have a job to do, and the job it is to increase the love vibrations within a soul and spread it throughout the rest of the population. And if they're not together and they're not working for this, they are in troubles. And that's not the way the things are. So some of the twin flames who will not cooperate, they're basically going to be put into a very kind of like a timeout place. Let me tell you what the timeout place is. The timeout place is, if you ever watch Matrix, when Neo was captured, and it was put in on this station, this train station. So he walked out, he stepped on the railroad, he went around, and he came out on the other side. He ran again, he came out in the same place. So that's what is going to happen to some of the twin flames. Some of the twin flames, they will be put in on that spot. Basically, if they have a relationship, they won't be able to feel the current relationship, but they will not going to have the relationship with you either. So they're going to be stuck between the two relationships, and this is going to be very bad for them, because it is for them to realize that they had to do certain things on a certain way. Some of the twins, they're really going to be feeling this, because right now Mars coming out and they're feeling the push. Specifically today around 11 o'clock Chicago time, 12 o'clock New York time, there was that rush, there was that push on it of the energies, like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Now, let me remind you that for some of you, the ego is not going to be getting those messages. I want to picture you what the ego represents. The ego is actually the uncle of Harry Potter, preventing him to get his letter from Hogwarts. And that's what actually the ego is going to do to some of the twin flames. They're going to reject, they're going to say, hey, listen, I don't need your connection. That connection is now good. That connection is now right. This is not good. This is not for me. This is completely out of whack. You can find excuses or you can find resources, but you can't make them both. So, one way or another, the message is going to be received, and I'm going to tell you how. The message on 5D is going to be clear. It's going to be very sense is like, hey, listen, he or she is your twin. If you don't understand it through a dream during the night, you wake up in the morning, you will see the picture of your twin. You will walk, you will talk until you say, okay, he's my twin. You try to resist it, there's going to be some problems. Simply because there is a new moons coming in, new trains coming in Cancer. And that's going to lead to new partnerships to be established and to go on to it. The other thing, how the message is going to be delivered on 5D, you're going to feel the presence of your twin. You're going to feel that they are you, you are them. You already know that. You felt that when you meet together. Some will not get the messages. There's going to be some 3D messages through it. Those 3 messages through probably a third party. Name it. For one who refused to get the message is going to be delivered all the time. Picture Harry Potter was refused to get the message, so there's going to be some more messages coming out. More and more. And for some, that's going to be like, what the heck is this craziness? And I know it's coming. It's going to be for the next 2-3 days until Mars get direct. When the Mars get direct, there's going to be like, okay, you got the message, got it. You didn't got it, you didn't act on it, that's fine. Whoever got the message and they moves on, they will move on. There's going to be some twin flames where some of them already started. That if they're not a good boys or good girls, guess what? Punishment's coming in. I won't mention cases, but there is some things that if you don't appreciate your twin flame, the consequences are very... I don't want to mention things right now because I don't want to put people on spot and things that are going on. They're not here from United States, but outside. And those messages, once you received on a 5D, is going to be one thing clear. Establish communication with your twin and set your things right. And there's going to be 5D to a 3D communication. You to establish a 3D communication with your twin flame. They will contact you. They will come up and they will like, okay, we got to figure this out. Otherwise, there's going to be aggravation. There's going to be attention because they don't want to accept it. They don't want to take it. They don't want to do anything with it. If they connect with you what to do, peace and calm, explain the situation, and one thing, let's figure this out. If they decide not to cooperate, that's not your story. You hand them over to God. They're going to be timed out. That's it. You have to get up on the train that's coming up, the new moon on Cancer, as already mentioned. You're going to be get up on that train. You're going to meet your new soul family. What I mean by soul family, that's going to be the people that you're going to be hanging out and going to study. You're going to be understood as a twin flame. You're going to be doing a lot of things on it. How are you going to communicate with your twin? Yes, there's going to be some aggravation and angers because of unsolved issues. Now, how are you going to react with them when you see them? That it depends of the case on it. That's not the depends of the things. People ask me about the question. It is that what should we do in a 3D? You need to calm down and work the energy out. That's it. So simple. You and your twin have to establish that communication. That's it. For some of the twins, that will happen. For some, ain't going to happen. And there is nothing you can control. And don't be mad, don't be aggravated on anybody else. But the anger will be because of miscommunications. And you got to be very careful between those two. One more thing on it. The 5D, you will know when the call was made to your twin. So you know that they were connected, they were told, hey, here's a twin. How you will know? You will see your own face on 5D. Your own face will be projected on them, right in the front of them, and you will see through them. You will know it that they saw you. That's it. That's gonna be the message. Simple, clear. You usually see some things that your twin sees or your twins do. Now you're gonna see a picture of yourself to them. That's it. If you got any questions, you can find me over at the Facebook. You can go ahead and message me. But I hope that this message helped you out. Be careful the next few days. I usually write this down, but didn't have time. I was so busy doing some things at work today. Marla, thank you for sending out a message. And you know it. Be love.